Welcome back to another movie review. I'm sorry that you can't actually see Hugh Jackman's face, just his abs. This is the highest I could put the camera. Today I will be reviewing The Wolverine that came out in 2013 and takes place in 2013. This film follows X-Men The Last Stand and deals with Logan dealing with the loss of Jean Grey, and he's just trying to move on. But an old friend calls him to Japan to greet him one last time. So this movie is the middle of a Wolverine trilogy, if you will. And I'm not really the biggest fan of this movie, but it's still fine. I don't think it's like the greatest, but it's also not the worst. And I think reviews would say everybody else mostly agrees. But yes, like I said, this film follows X-Men The Last Stand, where Jean Grey does die in the end, to Logan's hands. He had to kill her because she was too powerful. And this movie deals with him dealing with that and having almost PTSD of him and Jean, and him struggling with the fact if he wants to die or not so he could join Jean. But he keeps having these nightmares of her and it's affecting him badly. We meet Yukio, which was a good character, and she gets Logan to go to Japan because it turns out Logan saved a Japanese soldier and now he wants Logan to come meet him because he's dying. But it turns out he has alternative motives, because when Logan gets there, it turns out the old soldier wants to live forever and intends on taking Logan's powers and keeps insisting to Logan that he does want to die. So I think it's a fine plot, not the best, not the worst, but this movie is just filled with a lot of good concepts and ideas and just really cool things to see for Wolverine. Like I said, he's dealing with the fact that Jean is dead, and now he has to deal with if he wants to join her or if he wants to just continue to live forever. And he does think about it and consider it. Like I said, there was alternative motives, but the old soldier ends up dying anyway, which creates a race to power. And it turns out Yukio and another character are the granddaughters of the old soldier, making them targets. So then one of them gets kidnapped. I'm blanking on the name and I don't want to mess up the name, but one of them gets kidnapped, leading Logan to say screw it to retiring. And so he does this one last mission, but it's not his last mission, but I'm pretty sure he wanted it to be his last mission. So anyway, there's a lot in the film and it is pretty stuffed, but it's good and it works. And we even see Wolverine without his powers. There's another character that was killing the old soldier and then injects something into Logan's heart, which is stealing his powers. So everybody's just kind of after power here. But yes, we do get to see Logan without his powers and struggling with healing, which is crazy to see, and puts him into some pretty tough situations in this movie, which I appreciate. The action scenes were good in this film, especially the bullet train one with them on top of it. That was pretty sick to see. Always a fan of ninja stuff, so that was also awesome. It turns out the old soldier that he saved comes back as like a big shredder looking robot, and I mean that's like maybe a little silly, but he said he always wanted to live forever, so that's his way of living forever for right now. But he wants to get Logan's powers to make sure he lives forever. So then they have this big fight, and then I guess the soldier's son is also after them, so he's been at it this whole time. It ends with Logan killing the old soldier that was once his friend, deciding he wants to keep his powers and keep protecting everybody that he can. It's a good journey for Logan to go on, I think, and it takes him to some cool places to see. Oh my goodness, I need to change that. Okay, that's the second time that's happened. But yes, overall, like I said, this movie is good. Nothing like wrong with it or bad about it. I just think the plot isn't all that like amazing. Just a lot of cool stuff happens and we get to see a lot of cool situations. And maybe all but like the main characters were kind of bland, you know. But the tone I did like, the darker tone, and also like the actual visual tone. This movie is in Japan for the most part and it looks awesome. And just all the lighting I really appreciate and I think really works here. Soundtrack, just everything I think is just fine about this film and I like it. Jean Grey is in this movie through nightmare scenes and just little dream scenes of where she's like, come on, join me. And he almost does die in this film. He manages to make it out. So I think the stakes were pretty good in this one. It holds up well. I think I like First Class a bit more, but the post-credit scene to this movie is really awesome. And Wolverine is in a great place by the end of this film. So I don't want to end up repeating myself. I liked this movie. It was fine. Got to see Wolverine in a lot of cool situations. Just thought the plot wasn't all that amazing. And other than the main characters, everyone else was a little bit bland. I give The Wolverine a 6.8, solid Wolverine film. Next up, I believe, is Days of Future Past, so that will be coming to you on the 17th. But bye.
The richest and my patience is the slimmest, and this verse it was the sickest.